Can I tell you something? If we're going pound for pound tastiest food on the planet, fantasy food draft is really hard to not take pizza. Pack one, pick one. Don't get me wrong. Who do you take pick two? That's the interesting thing. I'll hit you with something. I think pick two, I'm going ice cream. It's not a meal, and that's why I think it flies a little bit under the radar in the pre-draft rankings. I think ice cream might be the second best food on the planet, man. That's a reach. What would you take second then? I'm seeing a lot of people type curry. Curry is still going to be on the board round 3. You could get curry as a sleeper later. And if you can't get curry, okay, it hurts. But you know what? You wait 2 rounds, pick up stew. It covers the same need. It's not as ranked as high, don't get me wrong, but you just wait a couple rounds, you pick up stew. Sandwich, no shot. I love sandwiches. Ice cream clears sandwiches, man. Burger, nah, absolutely, under no circumstances. French fries, first 2 rounds for sure. I would be surprised to not see those go in the first 2 rounds. We can't get curry, but we can recreate it in aggregate. That's what I'm saying, man. Ice cream is not going to be on the board longer than curry. Oh my God, you've lost your mind. I love curry. This isn't fantasy basketball, though. It's not going to be taken in the first round. You're literally Boston Bruins GM Don Sweeney. We're like, we had to give up a lot to get our guy. Buddy, nobody had him on their board. You didn't have to give up anything. Rice, you're literally taking like defense first. You're like, I'm gonna take defense as my first pick. That's crazy. First round spaghetti. Honestly, I wish I had players like you in my league. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you're taking Philip Hronek over Quinn Hughes right now, which is psychotic to me. Rice! No, dude. No, man. You're really taking Mark Andrews with pick 6 or something like that? That's crazy. Is ice cream, bro. It's got to be ice. Ice cream is like taking Saquon Barkley. Beans. Come on now. Rice is good, but I disagree with you, so I'm going to say you're virtue signaling. What do you mean by that? I'm just like, whenever an American tells me that they prefer rice to potatoes, I'm like, no, you fucking don't. Wes Anderson ass. I get you're just trying to seem cool. Potatoes are they're so Idaho coded, bro. I'm more of like a California type, personally. Taste them, blind taste test. Mashed potatoes versus uncooked rice. I'm taking mashed potatoes 10 out of 10 times. Uncooked rice? Yeah, bro, it's too crunchy. For my taste, at least. You ever tried basmati? Yeah, I've tried basmati, man. I honestly, the numbers speak for themselves. The numbers speak for themselves. Gun to your head, jasmine or basmati? Basmati, for sure. Basmati. Like them both. I like rice. That's crazy. I love basmati rice, man. Which one's jasmine again? Basmati is Indian food. Which one's jasmine? Jasmine is Thai food? I'm sorry, I'm a basmati head. You're out of your depth? Talk about potatoes? Well, there's the same. There's virtue signalers in the world of potatoes too. So we got motherfuckers that are literally like, russet potatoes aren't that good. Personally, I prefer a Yukon Gold. And I'm like, buddy, the russet, God put the russet here herself for us to enjoy the bounty of. Yukon Golds are not better than russets, man. Russets are way more versatile. You're making a Yukon Gold mash? Man, fuck you. I'll take the basmati. Baked Yukon Gold ass. Hey, I heard you wanted a baked potato. Here it is. Enjoy. Do you want? Oh, here's one sprinkle of shredded cheddar cheese to place on top of it. What are you talking about? We'll be taking a russet any day of the week, man. Pure virtue signaling. We're taking back virtue signaling. We're taking it back. You have my permission now to use it in this capacity. Ranking Kingston, Ontario grocery stores from my childhood. A&P was fucking sick when I was a kid because they would bag your groceries for you and put them in a basket and put the basket onto a conveyor belt, and then the basket would take a little trip on the conveyor belt until it got outside of the store. So you would pull your car up next to the conveyor belt and then just go get your basket and put the bags in your car. And my dad would always like, because my mom would load the bags and he'd be like, should I just leave her here? And I'd go, no, don't do it. And then he would go like, he'd drive forward like 6 feet and I'd go, no! Like my 29-year-old mom would have no idea how to get home from A&P if we left her there. And she would be pissed, man. I would be pissed. A&P was up there. Food Basics is kind of like, it always feels like a bomb just went off inside of the store. Get some cheap stuff though. Trying to think of what else is going. What other store? No Frills. No Frills was like, I thought that was a good grocery store when I was a kid. It's only when I got older I was like, they don't have. Sometimes you just go there and they don't have vegetables. Downtown Food Basics, kind of not the best grocery store of all time. Barrack Street ass. That honestly though, that Good Life Fitness is kind of goated. I spent a lot of time in that Good Life Fitness. Bought a couple of Polish sausages from the dude with the cart behind, or outside of it. Better than Downtown Metro. They should have called it A&P. Because like the two ways that you pay are like your ass or your paycheck. Because this shit is so expensive or whatever. I just go to the campus gym though. Say thank you. Because my student fees paid for the ARC. Tony Stark. And I never got to go into it because they finished that shit like the summer after I graduated. And I was paying like 60 or 75 bucks a year in student fees to build this fucking gym that I did. The society flourishes when students pay money to build gyms that they will never stand in the shade of, okay? It's legit beautiful now. You don't understand what it was like back in, what was the old gym called at Queen's University, guys? Am I streaming? Am I still live? Old Queen's University gym. Jackson Hall. You don't know what it was fucking like in Jackson Hall, okay? You didn't know. You won't even understand. Don't make me look at my mic by saying muted. You're virtue signaling. You won't understand what it's like to cut through the J-Duck, okay? To try to avoid the negative 30 degrees Celsius frigid winter on your way to biosciences, which is unfortunately on the far end of campus, on the opposite side of where they put all the housing. You gotta walk through, you cut through goods a little bit, you cut through the policy building, you cut through the J-Duck, and then once you get to biosciences, you're kind of chill though. It was a good building back then, but Carlton students be like winter? Is Carlton the school that has the tunnels between all the buildings? Arcade fire ass. No disrespect if you went to this school, but at least in 2005, most desperate school of all time, University of Ottawa. I wasn't like a 5-star recruit, but unsolicited in the mail, they sent me an acceptance offer with a little scholarship attached to it. And I was immediately like, how did you get this address? I didn't even apply to your school, man. And I'm being sincere. I was probably like, I went to a rural high school, and I was probably like the 6th highest scoring student on average. And my grades were pretty good. I was talking about my grades, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, I was like, and they sent like, they were like, hey, in case you want to check out the school, here's 2 basketball tickets. I'm like, buddy, this is Canada. I'm not doing a 2-hour drive in the wintertime to go watch fucking Ontario college basketball. Are you out of your mind? I got stuff to do. No disrespect to the GGs, man. But you will never be the Carlton Ravens unless you're better now, because I don't follow it. What's a GG? Well, I don't know, dude. My school, the athletes are called Golden Gales. So like, it sounds like a cereal. I'm not in any position to be throwing stones. Also, I'm freaking out. Everybody I meet in Vancouver lived in Kingston or went to Queens. We had a play date at our daughter's friend's house. They were like, where did you grow up? I said, Kingston, Ontario. They said, oh, my mom grew up in Kingston. Catch me having a cup of tea in the kitchen with the buddy's mom talking about Fucking McDonnell Avenue, Sir John A. Boulevard and shit. LCVI, KCVI, the Via Rail Station, Block D type shit. You know what I'm talking about? No? Being old is crazy. Because, like, you remember stuff that, like, doesn't exist anymore, and you know that people don't care, but you're like, I don't care either. I just want to talk. I'm talking right now. Type shit. Yeah, type shit. All right, guys, before we leave, quick oil thine bandrigan. Oh, oil thine bandrigan, the bandrigan kaya, do the old, the bandrigan kaya. You know what I'm talking about? Queen's College colors we are wearing once again, soiled as they are from the battle and the flame. Yet another victory to wash away the stain, so Gales go in and win. Hey! Chills, man. Did you pull up the lyrics? Nah, we just sang it probably like 1,000 times in Frosh Week. It is his 50 millionth FAP, and he jerked it in to look like that, man. What the fuck is Frosh Week? You guys, do you know anything, you virtue signalers? Frosh Week is you're a freshman, so you get in a group of other freshmen that you're assigned to, and then you have a sophomore that's like, here's the school. And they show you the school, and you do all sorts of activities and stuff like that. You wear overalls, and you paint them and stuff like that. You guys, I knew you were virtue signalers, but I didn't know you were signaling like that hard. Stop saying Frosh. That's what it's called, man. You don't get it, man. School got rid of it for negative connotations. Yeah, I can understand that. There's a lot of like, hey, you've never drank before? Come to this kegger real quick. And the engineers, they were kind of like, they were telling their frosh to like sizzle like bacon and shit like that. What does that mean? They would like, get on the floor, frosh, and sizzle like bacon. And then you go, I mean, I didn't do it because I was in arts and sciences, so we were just happy to be there. But what the hell are you talking about? You don't know shit about that. You don't know shit about that. This happened, man. You weren't there in 06. You weren't there in September 06, okay? Things were different then. It was a different world that I would give anything to go back. Not really, though, because I probably did do some permanent damage to some of my internal organs with my lifestyle, but it was only 4 years because I didn't get accepted in any master's programs, but that's okay. That's okay. You don't know shit about that. You wouldn't even know about that, man.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. You know it's kinda hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he fakes it anyway. He may not have a clue and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't debate, play us straight. Woo! You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. Woo! The world needs wannabes. Oh, hey, do that brand new thing. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly. He needs some cool tunes, not just any will suffice. But they didn't have Ice Cube, so he bought Vanilla Ice. Now cruising in his Pinto, he sees homies as he pass. But if he looks twice, they're gonna kick his lily ass. So don't debate, the player straight. Woo! You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world loves wannabes. Hey, do that brand new thing. Now he's getting a tattoo, yeah, he's getting ink done. He asked for a 13, but they drew a 31 cent phrase. Trying too hard, and he's not quite hip. But in his own mind, he's the dopest trip. Give it to me, baby. Boom, boom. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. So don't debate a player straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. Just say that you rate, just overcompensate. At least that you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world needs one of these, and woo! The world loves one of these, and let's get some more one of these, and hey, do that brand new thing.
Yay!
Yeah, that was easy.
That was pretty good, man.